Okay. Look, if you are a real anime fan, right? If you look at the lineup for winter 2024 anime, you're gonna feel a little bit disappointed. You're gonna feel a little bit disappointed, right? And usually some of the best animes that come out usually come out like the fall and the winter time. Usually though, right? Because there are a lot of kids that are in school, right? And people want to talk about, oh, hey man, that series, that episode that came out, that was wicked. You know what I'm saying? So that's usually why one of the best shows that usually come out in the fall and winter. And the best anime that comes out usually during the fall or winter. But this winter of anime, it's just disappointing because I'm gonna tell you this though, right? Every single show on here is gonna get that attention for the season one, but when season two comes out, if it even gets to season three, it's gonna get no type of attention to hype as it got for the season one. And that's the thing I hate seeing about these brand new anime is that I want to see people check in and the story be consistent from the first season to the last one. Consistently, right? It gets the attention throughout the whole way. Throughout the whole way. And that's the topic of today's video. So I'm going to recommend 11 manga that the anime industry needs to animate to make sure that once it gets animated, it's going to be consistent with the hype, with the story, and with everything else. These are 11 manga that's going to bring so much hype, so much consistency, and so much love to real anime fans that have been waiting for great stories to be animated. And I'm going to tell you that in a little bit. So, number one is Gigant. So, I'll say the story is pretty simple. Boy meets his favorite porn star, and then that porn star could turn giant, and then she fights off aliens. Everything I just said is pretty much true about the story. So, so the reason why I recommend this manga to be animated because we already know how anime goes. How the fan base and all that stuff. Though, how the fan base, fan service, waifu wars, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, I think if the main character Papiko gets animated, the anime industry will make a lot of money towards his character, and plus the story is wicked like a mug. It's wicked as hell. The same guy that made Gantz also made a story too. And if you've read Gantz or even seen Gantz, then you know exactly what you're getting into. You know exactly what you're getting into. And in like a good way, you know what I'm saying? So I'll say this for sure. If you like romance, this is one of the best stories out there. So, and that's facts right there. So, for number two is Akame Could Kill Zero. Now, I know the main storyline in the anime or whatever, I know the ending kind of got like messed up a little bit. But think about it, this is the prequel. You can't really mess with the prequel, right? And plus, if they try to animate again, you can't mess with this time. Because if you just animate it from how it is, it's going to blend in perfectly with that main timeline. And plus, the prequel, answers everything, you know what I'm saying? So everything that you had a question for in the main timeline, it gets answered in the prequel. As it should, though, right? Like how Akame joined the Night Raiders, right? Or how her sister got involved in this, what's going on with her, and how pretty much every question you had in the main timeline gets answered in this prequel. And if the anime industry wants to do more Akame Could Kill content, this is the best way to do it. And it's only 10 volumes, too. It's only 10 volumes. So at best, they could probably animate into like, I don't know, maybe like a 20 episode season. Which ain't that bad, though. Which ain't that long either. But just doing that, they'll be perfect. Cold as hell, they did that for real. Okay. Number three is Attack on Titan Before the Fall. Now, to be honest, though, I know this is another prequel on the list, but the thing about this prequel, though, is that it's actually canon, though. And I know that Attack on Titan just ended. I know it just ended like last year, though. I know. But they want to bring back Attack on Titan. This is the best way to do it. A prequel. And this prequel is like many years from the main timeline, too. Many years ago, right? I think it's, like 50 to 60 years, or 50 to 60 years, or like something like that, right? But the reason why it's called Attack on Titan Before the Fall is because, it's before, the walls fall out. So in this prequel, though, right, it explains a lot of stuff. Explains how like the ODM gear got built, how the scouts were formed, more stuff on the royal family, and how they killed like the first Titan. All this stuff is explained in here, and it's actually pretty cool though, right? Because you see more of the life inside the walls, more of how it works. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. And also I kind of liked what's his name? Kukolo, yeah, which Kukolo is like the main character in the story. I thought he was pretty cool and stuff too. His journey was very interesting. Um, like I said, considering he's not like Aaron, how he can turn to a Titan, but considering how they did his story and how he figured out this and that, it was pretty cool. Is it better than the main timeline? I don't really think so, but I think if they really want to bring back Attack on Titan in a good way, they should do this, and that would be pretty cool too. And trust me, the Attack on Titan fans is going to watch it, and the hype for Attack on Titan is going to be there. Trust me on that one. Okay. Number 4 is Alice in Borderland. Now, the reason why I put this on the list because I was actually pretty surprised to see Zom 100 get animated. Had a full season before there was a full season of Alice in Borderland. Now, I understand that Alice in Borderland had like an OVA, I think like a couple years ago, whatever. But the fact that a live action adaptation finished the story of Alice in Borderland before an anime did is really disappointing though. And the fact is that Bug Studios decided to animate Zom 100 instead of Alice in Borderland. Now imagine the budget you saw in Zom 100 into Alice in Borderland. Because think about it, Alice in Borderland is already finished. So look, you can finish it in like maybe 2 seasons, probably 3 at best, right? Right? But the fact though is that why not animate Alice in Borderland? Just imagine Haru Aso's artwork animated, man. It will bring in so many people. And one thing I noticed recently is that there's been a lot of survival anime that's been like kind of decent, like here and here, right? You know what I'm saying? Ain't really been all that. But if they animate this, it'll definitely bring attention to a lot of people's eyes and shoot, you'll get a lot of hype and attention. The fact is that I already had a live action adaptation, people already know what they're getting into. And the fact is, even though the live action adaptation did cut off some stuff from the manga, you can finally bring that stuff that got cut off and bring it fully adapted into an anime. So just imagine that though. That would be pretty cool. So if I was Bug Studios or whatever the anime studio out there, I would definitely put Alice in Borderland on your project list and fully adapt it. That's what I would do. That's what I would do for real. Okay. Number 5 is I Am Hero. Now, the reason why this is on the list, in Spanish though, I'm kind of mad that no anime studio has brought this manga up and tried to animate it though. But the reason why I brought this on the list because I recently saw that Under Ninja got animated before I Am Hero. And I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, why would they do that? Who does that though? Right? Now, Under Ninja is also pretty cool too, but it's not better than I Am Hero. And the reason why nowadays you see with anime, they will choose an author and they see an author has a great story and then they'll choose the other story instead of the best one that they got. And this is a prime example. It's a prime example. I Am Hero is that top story, but yet the lesser story got animated, which is Under Ninja. But the reason why I Am Hero should be animated anyways is because this is one of the greatest zombie stories told in manga. This is one of the greatest ones right here. And trust me when I say this, people will tune in from episode 1 to the last one. It could probably be done in like 3 seasons at best. This joint would apply so much hype and so much attention. It'll be great. Like I said, it'll be dope. It'd be way better than like Zom 100. It'd be way better than that joint. So my advice to the anime industry, y'all need to pick this up as fast as possible. Somebody need to do this because y'all missing out on this greatness. This manga is great. If y'all pick it up, y'all gonna be making a lot of moolah from this joint and getting a lot of attention and a lot of appreciation from the real anime fans and the real manga fans. Because real manga fans know this story is cold. It's a cold story right here. And they need to pick this up as fast as possible. And that's facts. Okay. So for number 6 is The Horizon. So the story for The Horizon is pretty much boy meets girl in a war-torn world in a dang near post-apocalyptic world. Now, to be honest though, if it's like a boy and girl story, you kind of know what you're kind of getting into, right? But it reminds me of Grave of the Fireflies, like that movie. But it's like a manhwa, right? And that's one thing I noticed recently is that there's been a lot of manhwas and webtoons getting animated. But I thought to myself, okay, they have all this stuff getting animated, like, like God of High School, what's the one that just came out? Soul Leveling. But where's the horizon at? Right, this been out for a minute, and the fact is that this joint could be at least like, I don't know, like a mini series, or hell, like even like a movie, right? To be honest, I mean, there's not that much dialogue into the story though, which is that's the beauty about this story. Is the dialogue? There's not a lot of dialogue. It's more like they show and not tell. Right, the art direction is pretty cold. Uh, Reading it shouldn't take you that long either. It's just a great story. I think it's a great story all around. It's quick. Um, it shows a lot of emotion into it without there being many words. So if anybody in the anime industry can pick this up, I recommend they would into a miniseries or like a movie. It would be pretty dope. If they want to make people show like some real emotions towards watching this, towards watching something, they have to animate this. And I definitely recommend for this to be animated. And that's facts. Okay. For number 7 is Blood on the Tracks. Now this story is mad cold. This story is super wicked, man. Now the story is about like a crazy mom, but the things she does to the son is almost man. It's really messed up though, right? It's not like over the top type stuff, right? It's like if you think about it, once you read the manga, it's like well, every mom has done this to their children, but the way his mom does it is kind of a little bit over the top, but at the same time, every mom has done it. And so I can kind of feel for this boy, you know, how he feels towards his mom and how the mom does things towards the boy. It's very sad, man. It's really messed up though. On some real stuff though, you know what I'm saying? So uh this is that story where it's more like a show, don't tell. I mean, like there's some dialogue into it, but it's mostly just like art. There's like barely any type of dialogue. Because I remember I binge read in like 2 hours. But no, I'll say like 2 hours and a half. So the story, even though it's like I think like what, like 140 chapters or something like that. It's really like a really quick, easy binge, but it just hooks you in. Like every chapter is gonna hook you in and what happens, and this is one of them stories that's just gonna hook you in. And if it gets animated, it's gonna hook in a lot of people into. Trust me on that one. And man, this story is raw. So okay. So number 8 is Gangsta Curse. Now I know this is another prequel on the list. But hear me out. This prequel goes way harder than the main timeline. And I'm not lying when I say this though. Now I know the main timeline is on hiatus or whatever, but the fact is that the prequel is actually done and it's only 5 volumes. And it's kind of a quick, kind of long read though. But all 5 volumes of this joint hooks you in. Everything that I want from manga, this is it right here. And the fact is that every question you had from the main timeline, it gets explained in the prequel, which is what it's, you know, supposed to do. The fact is that it focuses on Marco's whole character is cold as hell. But yeah, this is like one of the many few times where the prequel outshines the main timeline. Now I understand the main timeline has more chapters and and all that stuff, but the main timeline, if it comes back, it still has that. I feel like it's still building up towards something, right? But the prequel, it went straight in like all like bang bang bang. You know what I'm saying? It's like a roller coaster. So if they ever want to bring back Gangsta, if someone could pick up Gangsta, they got to pick up Gangsta Curse because this joint is wicked as a mug. I bet you on everything. This is cold as hell. They didn't bring this back though. If they want like a quick like 12 episode season with some like that can grab people's attention, they got to pick up this manga right here, Gangsta Curse, the prequel. Pick that up. Any studio out there, y'all need to pick this up real fast, and that's facts. Okay. For number 9 is Eden. It's an Endless World. Now, the anime industry pisses me off to a certain extent because how do you look at this manga and just pass it up? Or maybe they even paid no attention to it. But if anybody has picked this story up and you read this story, you know that if this got animated, man, on everything, this is going to break records. I had to say that slowly. It's going to break records, going to get so much hype and attention, all that joint. Um, this series is just cold. Everything that I like in the series, that I like in the manga is in this series. Elijah Ballard is one of the coldest main characters you're going to see in manga, for sure. This series goes to a lot of social issues, family issues, abuse, drug addiction, politics, hell, even like like global warming. Well, kind of a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But the fact is that this story goes to so much stuff. It's amazing. And if you know me personally, I love my mafia stories. And this joint right here has the same mafia feeling with well, actually, no, I'll say kind of like a spoonful of Ghost in the Shell into it. Kind of, though, right? But the fact is, though, this joint right here is just, man, if you read it, if you haven't read it, you need to pick it up. If it gets animated, man, whoever decided to animate this, you have good taste. And that is facts, man. That is facts. If this got animated, man, the anime industry, like, anyone who's not even into anime like that is going to check into this joint. Trust me on that one. This is going to break records if this gets animated. This is a great story all around. It's a great journey. Like the journey just to read it is amazing. Like this series really does blow your mind. If you read it, it blows your mind, and if it gets animated, it's gonna blow a lot of people's minds too. So that's just facts right there too. Complete facts, 100%, times 10, for real. Okay. For number 10 is Gantz. Now I did recently saw a tweet that the guy who made Gantz, he said he had an idea to, or he would like if Gantz to be, remade into, like on an anime. And I say yes to that. Man, I say yes. Y-E yes. Yes. Because Gantz is one of those stories that's just like, man, once you read it, because I know it got animated already. I know they kind of ended season 1 on their own ending, but if they can remake Gantz from chapter 1 all the way to the ending with nothing being cut out, and yes, I said nothing being cut out, including, I know if you read Gantz, you know that one scene with the blackface on it. I know, I understand. That's probably the reason why nobody wants to bring Gantz back up, is because of this blackface scene. But I ain't gonna hold, man. Look, I done seen a lot of racist stuff in my life. And one of that actually comes from Dragon Ball, right? A series where a bunch of black folk mess with. I ain't never seen nothing racist than Mr. Popo. At least that blackface in Gantz got some detail to it. Mr. Popo, that nigga, big, dark, fat, red-lipped nigga. What was Toriyama thinking when he drew that? What was he thinking? I have no idea. So if they don't want to like remake the anime because of the blackface, or maybe they want to do something different with the blackface, because like when I saw the blackface in the manga, I was like, whoa. It was almost like smart in a really evil way, and I can't like really hate on it though. It's smart in an evil way. I hate on it, but I'm like, man, that's so, like, why? Like, man, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, really, right? So, yeah. I mean, to be honest though, at least that blackface in Gantz look detailized. At least the guy who made Gantz knows how to draw black folks, compared to like Toriyama, freaking Mr. Popo. I don't know what the hell that thing is, but if Gantz could come back, that would be cool. That would be cool as hell, and that would definitely bring a lot of eyes to people. I don't know how many seasons they'll go for, maybe like 5, maybe at best. But they can definitely bring a lot of people in with Gantz, because man, Gantz is one of them stories, man. That like once you read it, it hooks you in from chapter to chapter, and every chapter is better than the last one. It's literally like a freaking roller coaster. Keeps you hooked in. And that's facts. For sure. Okay. For number 11 is Hajime no Ippo. Now, I'm looking at Madhouse this one because I'm trying to figure out, where the hell is Ippo at? It's been 10 years now, right? Baki done came back. King and Ashura done came back. Where the hell is Ippo at? It was almost about to be damn near 11 years since the last season. But Madhouse want to animate Furren, the elf anime? What? But anyway, but the fact is though is that if they bring back Ippo, right, since Baki came back, King and Ashura came back, since those two came back, y'all gotta bring back one of the dopest fighting animes out there, which is Hajime no Ippo, which is Ippo. And man, I'm telling you, after the anime ends, you have one of the coldest fights out there. who have so many good fights though, right? And I know exactly where they can kind of end the anime. I know exactly where they can do it. But the fact is that no one has told anybody or told Madhouse like, yo, y'all need to catch the Ippo because it's going off the charts right now. So to be honest though, in my personal advice, they need to bring this joint back. If Baki can come back and Baki can fight his dad, they need to bring back Ippo. They need to bring back Ippo. If Baki can have them their 2 series, Ippo should have had a season many years ago. Many years ago. Many years ago. So I think if this comes back, man, there'd be so many joy to a lot of people's faces, including mine, because the Ippo is cold as a mug. Cold as a mug. And the fact is though is that I'm seeing like Blue Lock and Haiku get all this hype. Who the hell wants to watch volleyball and fucking soccer as an anime? Everybody who watches the anime watch it for the hands. And we got an anime that's literally boxing with hands. This is still one of the best boxing animes out there. Nothing can beat it. Mega Box, I didn't even come close to Ippo. So the fact is that there really is a manga out there that turns to anime that had cold animation with the hands of boxing. And y'all decided not to keep that up. Man, this is why I get pissed off with the anime industry. So in my personal advice to the anime industry, y'all need to pick up Ippo and keep on adapting that bit by bit by bit. And you'll get so much hype. Because everybody, look, everybody and they mamas, uncles, whatever, cousins, secretly love Ippo. If they anime fans, they know about Ippo. That's facts. Because, like I said, everybody who loves anime loves the boxing and they love the fighting. And we have a little boxing anime and manga out here that's about boxing from a guy who knows his stuff about boxing. So, in my personal advice, bring back Ippo. You have to. Madhouse. I know y'all starting to like kind of pick it up, but y'all need to bring back Ippo. And that's facts right there. Okay. Even though I said 11, I got to bring up one more. And I think this manga could be turned into like a movie. And it's called Abara. Right? It's made by the same dude that made Blame. And this dude's artwork, the way how he can tell a story through his, show don't tell, is amazing. Now, if you love the symbiotes from Marvel, you're going to love the story. If you love dystopian stories, you're going to love the story. This is a thriller for you, right? If they can turn this to like an anime movie, oh, this would be cold as a mug. This would be cold as hell, wicked. Like everything about this joint, and it's short too. It's like one volume, pretty much, right? If you get the complete edition, it's like one volume. So, in my personal opinion, they can really turn this to a movie, and just cinematically, what they can do with this movie will be just amazing. I'm thinking about all the cinephilias out there. They would like blow a load and once they see this manga get animated, because the framework, all that stuff, like the way how all the panels move and all that stuff in this manga is cold as hell. And I think, man, this could be like contender for like maybe like movie of the year. You know what? Since Arrival got movie of the year, I think this could kind of be up there. Now I know there's a long stretch, but you know what? It could at least be, like animated movie of the year at best. I think it could though. But yeah, but this manga is really cold out there though. They should turn this to a movie ASAP. And that's facts. And trust me, if you haven't read this, read it. You need to read this. And for the anime industry, y'all need to check this out and turn this to a movie. For sure. Okay, so that is 11, actually 12 manga that I wish the anime industry would pick up. And if they do pick it up, man, a lot of anime fans is going to check in. Real anime fans that are waiting for great stories. That have been waiting for great stories. They would love these series that I say get animated. They would love it, absolutely. I would love it for sure. And I know there's a lot more greater manga out there, that people would like to see animated. I know I didn't say too much, but I'm from the real. There are a lot of great manga out there. It's just either they're on hiatus or they're not yet done finished or they're almost close to done finishing. So, and there's so much more that I really want to bring up. And the reason why I made this video, right, is because I was just kind of walking through my room. I was like, okay, I don't think they animated that manga, this manga, or that manga. You know what I'm saying? So I was just thinking about it. I was like, you know what?
That's true. That's why it's been feeling so stale lately with the anime. In Spanish though, manga is a little more better than anime because with manga you get that's the source material. You get everything. You see the artist or the author's vision, what they see inside their head, and you see it on that paper. So yeah, yeah. You know what? To be honest, like I really wanted to make this maybe like 20 manga that I want to see turn to anime, but like I said, just most of them are like either on hiatus or they haven't been like you know done yet. So like for example, there's one manga called The Arms Peddler. Right now that came out like years ago, but that joint is wicked as hell too. It reminds me of like Kino's Journey with a little more like dark fantasy to it. And as dark fantasy, I mean like you see vampires, zombies, and all that extra stuff into it. But the fact is though, that story is wicked as hell too. Even if it's on hiatus, it's like what like 59 chapters. I still recommend you read it. Yes, you the viewer. I recommend you read it and you put people onto that too because that's still a cool story. And then if the author comes back, I'm gonna be there day one, and you should be there day one too. So this is another great story as well. So I guess I can say this is 13 manga. I kind of put you guys on to, or if you knew about it, then then it's good for you. Um, so yeah, once the Arms Peddler gets, or once it's finished, they should animate that absolutely. And honestly, I think they could have made a season one out of it. Right now, it's just like from art to art to art in that manga. It's like, man, I wouldn't want to see a season one and then they can't see like a season two. It's just be like, man, it's that's gonna mess with me. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna mess with like so many anime fans. And everything I just said before, how there's gonna be hype for season one. But I mean, there can't be no season two for it. But the fact is though is that I wanted to consistently come out with season one, maybe like wait like a year, get a season two, and then boom, 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 right? So if the Arms Peddler can come back, it's gonna break some records too. It's going to, man, a lot of people is going to check in for that joint too. So my message to the anime industry, y'all got to watch this video, or if you are watching this video, you got to think about these manga and animate them quickly as possible. And that's facts. And if you do, you got years and years and years of great story and great content for people to watch for the anime genre. And that's just facts.